Guys, I want to welcome you to this e-learning platform. My name is Latif Salim and I'm a teacher of ICT. Tonight I want us to deal with mail merge feature, more so in word processing. But before you can do anything, we need to ascertain of what mail merge is all about. A mail merge is a feature that helps us to create similar documents, for example letters, and these letters can as well be sent to different recipients at the same time. Now with me is a question paper here. Basically this was a mock body. It is Lango Secondary School Lango Secondary School's mock examination session. This was 2018. You can see this. It was 2018. Now our interest is basically to deal with a number 1A. Number 1A is our area of focus tonight, and this is the number here that I want us to basically deal with, since we have realized that when we talk about mail merge, it's one of the features that tends to disrupt our learners. So basically this is the number that we need to deal with and see how best we can as well work it out. Now then, the question says that Mr. Muwalo Emmanuel, the head of ICT in Caring Heart Secondary School, is organizing a computer studies student seminar at his school. Then he intends to send letters through the head of Department of Computer Studies requesting head teachers to release their students to attend this seminar in September 2018. Below is a letter to be sent to schools and a table showing the details of the schools, of the different schools. Alright? Okay. Now down here is our letter, Caring Heart Secondary School. Then these are the fields that we shall merge to make our letters be sent to different recipients. Now down here is the body of the letter. It is saying computer seminar scheduled to take place on 15th September 2018. Then the school, through its computer studies department, has organized a seminar at the school on the day indicated above. The seminar will be for students. The seminar is aimed at enabling our students understand current examination formats in relation to computer studies, and at the same time equipping them with skills and knowledge for enabling them sit for forthcoming national examinations in October/November this year. The participation fee per student from your school means that the learners have to pay some charges there. Then in addition, students must also come with their own refreshment, or they may individually order for food from our school canteen at a given fee. We shall be grateful for your usual positive response. Okay. Yours faithfully, Mr. Muwalo Emmanuel, who is also the head of computer department. So that's our letter. Then down here is a table, and this table is basically trying to reflect who are the people to receive the letters. I mean the recipients. This letter is basically trying to display the recipients of the letter. Now what we are also interested in are the questions that we need to work out with. And when we basically move to the questions, it is saying required question number 1, type the letter and save it as computer studies seminar. Then 2, indent the body of the letter left and right by 0.5 inches. Roman numeral 3, apply single line spacing on each paragraph. Then put a spacing of 3 points before and after each paragraph. When we go to question number 5, it is telling us to apply heading 1 style to the subject for the letter with font size of 15.5 and dashed underline. When we move to question number 6, they want us to insert a printed watermark of both your names or our names and save the changes. Then question number 7, we shall of course create a table and save it. It is telling us to create a table above and save it as ICT schools. Then question number 8, okay, they are telling us to use a suitable word processing feature to merge the table to the letter in order to generate individual letters to different schools. Then lastly, we shall save the resulting file in a folder or in our folder as schools ICT letters. And thereafter, we shall as well produce a printout. Okay, now that's the question. That's the question. And hope guys we are ready. If we are ready, then we can as well start off. Now, let us try to revisit our first question. They are telling us to type a letter and save it as computer studies seminar. Okay, up here is our letter, and I request that since we have a soft copy of the same letter, we shall not again take much of the time again doing the typesetting. Instead, we shall select this same letter here. We shall select this same letter at this point here. Then I will copy it. I'll go to the file button or the office button and create a new blank document. And we shall have our letter pasted. So here is our letter. Let's assume we have typeset it, or you have typed it. So here is our letter. The next is to save it as computer studies seminar. Okay, so we shall say save as. Then where should we save our work? Let us save it on a desktop. Okay, now under file name we shall say computer studies seminar. Oh, now that's done. You can even look at the title bar, it is showing computer studies seminar. So that is our first question. It's now done. You can even close it. Yes. Okay guys, think you can see it here on the desktop. It's already there saved. Okay, now let us try to move forward to question number 2, or the second question. The second question says that we have to indent the body of the letter left and right by 0.5 inches. We are supposed to indent the body of the letter left and right by 0.5. Okay, so here is our letter, so we can still reopen it. So our letter is here, and now telling us to indent the body of the letter. But before we can make those changes, we need to ask ourselves of what are they meaning by indenting or indentations. When we talk about an indent is that space that you need to leave between the margin and where you're supposed to start writing your paragraph from, or writing your statement. It can be a statement, it can be a point, you know. So as you write a point, that space that you leave, that you skip before beginning a given paragraph is what we call an indent. So when we go to our body, this is the body of our letter. So we shall just select the body of our letter. You realize that our body is having 4 paragraphs. We have this first paragraph, this is the second one, third is this one, and then here is the 4th paragraph. So after selecting this, we can right click and move to paragraph, or you can as well just come to this icon, this small feature here along paragraph. So you can just click on this, then you'll see these features. We have indents and spacing, and then line and page breaks. Our interest is to deal with indents, so intention is this part. So left and right, they've told us to have 0.5 inches. So you have our 0 there, 0.5 inches. These quotes here are standing for inches. These quotes, guys, you can see these quotes here are standing for inches. Then right is also 0.5 inches. Okay, we are now good to go. After making those changes, we need to go and say okay. So you can see this space. Initially our paragraphs were starting from this line here, but after applying the indents, you can see that there is some space. This is the left side, and then even here this was the right side. There is also some space left here. So that's how you're supposed to do that. Let us move to the next question. The next question requests us to apply single spacing on each paragraph. Apply single spacing on each paragraph. Okay, so our letter is here. We need to apply single spacing in each paragraph. Remember, the paragraphs are under our body, or the body of the letter. So here we shall just try to select again the body or the paragraphs. Then still we move, we shall look for line spacing feature, which is this point. You can as well call it line spacing feature or line and paragraph spacing. So we click on it. We can as well click 1.0, because I believe when someone talks about single means one. So you can go with this, or you can go and open line spacing options down here. They're talking about line spacing. It is this part. So you can move down here and say single. At times they normally talk about 1.5. Still you can do it from here. But since the question requests us to apply single spacing, we shall now select this and say okay. Hope guys we are following. Then the other question, which is part 4, it requests us to put spacing of 3 points before and after each paragraph. Put spacing of 3 points before and after each paragraph. So our letter is here. Already our paragraphs are selected. So we shall move to this feature again, paragraph. So spacing is this part. So you can see spacing before and then after. So we have 0 by default. We are seeing 0 PT. PT standing for points, and then 0 PT still here for after. So instead of having 0, we shall instead delete it and replace it with a 3. And even here we shall delete a 0 and replace it with a 3. Then we shall confirm by clicking on OK. That one is also done. That one is also covered. Number 5, they're telling us to apply heading. Apply heading one style to the subject for the letter with font size of 15.5 and dashed underline. So for that case, we need to go and look for the subject of our letter. Apply heading one style to the subject of the letter, or for the letter. When we talk about the subject of the letter, they are meaning this part here, the reference part of it. So we shall just select this part since it is our subject. Then we go for font style feature. You can call it font style or font face. This is where you can get it from. We are looking for heading one style, but you realize that some of these styles are rare. But let us try to look for it and see whether we can get it. it is heading, so this is G, H. Okay, H is here, or heading 1 style is missing, but still we can have it done manually. So we can just move up here and delete whatever style is in here, then we write it manually. We shall say heading 1 style, heading 1 style, then we say enter. Okay, confirm that. You can still realize that when we click in this other text below, it is showing Times New Roman, and when you click in this reference part or the subject part, you realize that it is heading 1 style. So that one is how you can make that done. Then they talked about having the font's size to be 15.5. So after selecting that, we shall move to a font size feature, which is this part, and we look for 15.5. It's not here, so you can as well delete the 12 and replace it with 15.5 manually. So that one is also done. Then underlining, remember they wanted a dashed underline. I believe it could be this one. Yes, it is this one. So that one is now covered, members. It is covered. That one is also covered. So let us continue. You can minimize and we'll go for the next question. Then part 6, they want us to insert a printed watermark of both your names and save the changes. Insert a printed watermark of both your names and save the changes. Okay, so here is our letter. They want us to insert a printed watermark. Now since I'm using Word, MS Word 2016, we're looking for watermark. Watermark is under design. Oh yes, it is under design. So we shall go and choose watermark. Then we shall go down and customize watermark. We shall say custom watermark, click on it, open. Oh, we are good to go. Now you see, this is where we are supposed to insert your name, and remember your name is text, is full of text, so we need to activate this part first to make this area active. Failure to do so, you cannot have it done. So we shall click in this to make it active. Then we shall come to this part. Then here, say my name is Latif Salim. Okay, so Latif Salim, you can give it a font size, you can give it a color if you wish. See, I can choose green, it is my favorite. Then I can maintain a diagonal layout, so I'll just say apply. You see, now our letter is now having a watermark. It is now having a watermark. Then they said, still along that very question, they said, insert a printed watermark of both your names and save the changes. So here is our watermark, and it's done. Now you can save the changes. You can just click on this, or you can go to File and say Save. Okay. Then question number 7, they want us to create a table above and save it as ICT schools. They want us to create a table above and save it as ICT schools. So our table is here. Okay, our table is here. And now since we have still a soft copy of the same table, shall just come and select the table, shall say copy. I'll go to File, open a new blank document, then I'll paste our table here. Okay, now there is our table. There is our table. Then they've told us to save the table as ICT schools. Let me first cross check the question. Well, how are they telling us to say? Okay, save it as ICT schools. So we shall go and say file, save as. Where do we need to put it? Desktop, file name, ICT schools, save. So our table has also been done what? Been saved. It is here. ICT schools. This is our letter. This is our table. Okay. Now part 8, they want us to use a word processing feature to merge the table to the letter in order to generate individual letters to various schools. So that means that we need to go again and open our letter. So let us open our letter. Here is our letter. Okay, we can minimize this. Here is our letter. Here is our letter, guys. Oh, now they want us to use a word processing feature to merge the table. We are going to merge the table to the letter in order to generate individual letters to various schools. Okay. Now after opening our letter that we had saved earlier on the desktop, we shall now look for a feature called mailings. So here it is. Click on it or open mailings, then move to start mail merge. This is the first step. Start mail merge. And what do you want to merge? We want to merge letters. So we shall click or select letters. Then after selecting letters, we shall move to the second stage, which is selecting the recipients, the people who are supposed to receive our letters or their letters. But remember, these recipients are within our table. So here we shall just come and click on this, and along this part you come across 3 options. The first one is telling us to type a new list, actually asking, do you want to type a new list? You need to use an existing list or choose from Outlook contacts. So for this case we shall use an existing list because we already have our list, the table that we saved already on our desktop. So we shall say use an existing list. Then we need to locate that list. Where is our list? Our list is on a desktop. So we go and locate that list. Where is our list? It is this table here. So click on it and then say open. So the second stage is also done. The third stage is that of inserting the merge fields. Inserting the merge fields. Now, along this stage, you're supposed to merge the various texts, just like you can look at our letter here. You need to look for that text that has got tags, these tags here. Okay, so let us go. It means that the first one is this, so we shall select head teacher's name. Then we go to insert merge field. We are going to replace it with this one, head teacher's name. Okay. One time a student asked of like, sir, how can I be sure of like this text is merged and then this other is not merged? I mean, what creates a difference between this and this? Now, you can as well be sure of like text that has been merged being different from the other in that when you click on one of the text, or for example this text that we have already inserted and that has been merged, when you just click on it or you have apply a single click on it, you realize that the whole text has to be selected. But when you come and click in, for example, school's name, let us just try to click or apply a single click. When you click in it, it can't be selected, it can't be highlighted, you see. So that creates a difference, and you realize that this is a merged text and this is not merged. So let us continue now. Shall select school's name, then we go to insert merge field, we replace it with school name. Then school address, shall select this part, go and replace it with school address. Then the other is that of HOD computer studies. We shall select this and also replace it with this one. Computer department, it has no tags, meaning we should leave it, we should skip it and move to school name. So we shall select this and replace it with school name. We shall also select title and replace it with title, which is already here. Okay, so let us continue. We need to look for some other text that has got those tags. Okay, we are here. Charges, shall select this and replace it with charges. Shall select lunch and replace it with lunch. Okay, so I don't think there are other text that need to be merged. So we are done now, colleagues, we are done. And finally, remember this was our first stage. We came to this one, we came to inserting merge fields. Now we want to finish the process, so we shall come and say finish and merge. Then under this we shall go with edit. We need to edit individual documents, so we shall select edit individual documents. Then they will ask us of like, do you want to merge all records? Of course we shall say okay. By doing that, we are confirming that now our letters have been already created. You see, this is our first letter. It is going to Mrs. Nafuka Fiona, who is the head teacher, City High School, PO Box, through Mr. Gita Alex, Computer Department, City High School. You see, when you go and look at the participation fee, here students are supposed to pay 10,000 and their lunch should be around 20,000. So that's our first letter. When you move the second letter, it is this one. Mr. Bogele James, the head teacher, Faithia Academy SS, through Mr. Kabayanga Samuel, Faithia Academy. You see, the charges are different now. Maybe for meals could be the same figure. This is the third letter, and lastly we have this one, that is going to Mrs. Chiwanuka Shela, who is the head teacher of Mandela High School, Mukono. You know, so the process is done. The process is done. Let us check the next question and see what we need to do next. What we need to do next? Where is our question? Okay. After generating these letters that we have just done, we need to save the resulting file in the folder as school ICT letters. Okay, so let us go and say save as. Where do we want to save our work? On the desktop still. So file name should be school ICT letters. Then we shall say save. You see, it has already been saved. So you can now even close all this. You can now close all this. You can close everything. Do you want to save the changes to computer studies? You say yes. Say yes. Okay. So you realize that we have now our three files are here. This is our letter, this is the table, and lastly these are the letters. Okay, the 4 letters are within this document or within this file. Now next is to create a folder. Remember, we have not created a folder, so you can do it at last. At last you can say create folder, then give it your name. Say my name is Latif Salim, my personal number is 008. So we shall have to select all the 3 files and drag them into the folder. Okay, so by opening the folder you realize of the three files. So for now I want to thank you guys for watching, and don't forget subscribe at Twitter Latif Salim UG, Telegram you can find me Latif Salim, WhatsApp it is here, this is my email account. I want to say thank you very much for listening and hope you've enjoyed my lesson. See you. Bye bye for now.